Hi, I'm here to explain few concepts of economics using holidaying as an example. And from my surroundings, you can understand that I'm out here holidaying. So that's why I chose this topic. So what I wanted to say was, I wanted to talk a lot about how the classes that I attended, in my economics classes, microeconomics classes that I attended, really changed my perception on how I view each single decision made from a consumer point of view and a business owner point of view. To begin with, let's take the example of a supply demand curve and scarcity. So, what is scarcity? Every good is scarce in Earth. There's no goods that is infinite. Everything has an end point, and that is why even if people know that, I think the biggest scarcity issue people know is like petroleum, how scarce it is. But when we take an examples of hotels, let's say for a particular location, let's say like because I'm stuck in an island near to Bali, this island, there might be few resorts in this island. The resort scarce nature because you can't build resorts overnight. It takes time, and there aren't a lot of people waking up every day just saying they want to build resorts. So resorts are scarce, and due to the scarce nature of them, there's a fix. What happens when there's fixed but the demand varies? When the demand varies, the price changes. Like what we all know, and I'm pretty sure overview also knows that. Because the demand changes depending upon how many customers come. For example, if there's, let's say now, resort owners know that they aren't going to get lots of customers, but they still want some kind of money to operate for their operating revenue. Sorry, not operating revenue, for their operating expenses in terms of labor, electricity, and all those other resources and other such fixed costs that they have. So what they do is they give it for the cheapest cost possible, where they can still make a small margin, and with that they determine this price. And this price isn't determined by, let's say, resort owners too. It's determined by an invisible hand in the market. And because resort owners can't decide, one resort owner cannot decide the price of the whole island. There are many resort owners, there are many customers, many middlemen, Airbnbs, all this come in play. So there's an invisible hand that acts in it, determines the price. And where does this price show? Like whatever price it is determined, I would say it is in the marketplace, virtual marketplace that is there existing right now. If you know booking.com, Expedia, all such websites. I personally use booking.com, and I know from day to day how the price changes. In booking.com, there will be one line saying that 3 people already viewed this. They are giving that perception that the demand is increasing, therefore the price might also increase. This is one concept that we can talk about regarding holidaying. At the same time, we can also talk about decision making based on margins. So personally, I'm someone who would say, who likes to get the best offer for a price. That means if you're willing to pay X amount, I like to get the best option in it. No, I do not want to reduce my choice based on because I'm paying less. I want to get the most out of it. So in that way, I look at prices in a margin. Even if I'm going to spend, let's say, $100 extra or $10 extra, I would rather choose to save that money and use that somewhere else in the trip. So I make decisions based on margin. So does a lot of people in the society, except very few people, I would say, who's very financially rich or who has a mindset of spending more. So when you're taking decisions by margin, as customers, you and me, or anyone in the world, we are all consumers of some sort. We need some sort of incentives. Incentives. What is incentives, you might be wondering. So let me give you some examples, even using that is an incentive. They might give some free trips and tours or free trek or something. That is an incentive. All these are incentives, just those added extra benefits that changes the perception of customer to choose this option, to choose their option. And that incentive is very critical in the service, in the restaurant hotel industry, because a lot of the people who come here, they come for 2 trips in a year. So they want to make the most out of their buck. When they want to do the most out of their buck, they need to see lots of incentives, they need to see cost at margin, they need to see a lot of factors before making any decision. That is one. But another thing that I also wanted to say was, because now I'm in this island, it's called Pedina Island. It's off the coast of Bali. So I'm stuck in this island because after 4 o'clock you cannot leave this island, and I couldn't make it to my ship. So what I did notice is, because there's very few hotels, there is almost a sort of duopoly, because there's two big resorts in this, so duopoly I would say. And these two determine the price in this island. And even if I go for tea, there's this one shop that sells water, and they might be selling what is in this island. And even if I go for treks, I see there's this one shop that sells water, and they might be selling water for a very high amount of cost, but we are forced to take a decision. That is because there isn't enough competition, and that makes them a monopoly in that specific location. And such monopoly is anti-competitive in nature, and it doesn't last long, because when there's a second player coming in, your margins are reduced, your whole business model and your use, therefore making it unviable for you to continue doing such practices for a long standing time. So that's why a lot of restaurant owners, first there must have just been one island, then there's two now. So therefore the price cannot be as high as what the first island guy was keeping. Now when there's more islands coming, because more customers are coming, especially from Australia and everything, when they're coming, there are only going to be more islands, more resorts coming up, therefore making it more competitive. So anti-competitive businesses cannot last for a long period of time. So I just want to wrap it up now. I think this would be enough for explanation regarding economics. And not enough, this is something I've noticed, and anything else would just be me making up stuff. But yeah, thank you for seeing.